Welcome, everyone!
Hey!
I'm doing this job because I'm better at it.
You're so peppy.
Director of Peppinson.
That's me.
Look at her mouth is smiling.
And I'm excited to be here.
and her eyes are
Ride the
smiling.
Dragon.
What episode is this, Liz?
I have no idea. No one cares.
Oh, I don't have my
52. You don't have to
52.
You need to say that like you're sad about it. 52. Like, don't say it if you're not going to be excited about it. Hayden, you have some things to say. You should say them.
Why, I should. Thank you for throwing it over to me. That feels great. I'll start us off with our musical partner. See, my energy's already up. This whole experience. 10% more. Our musical partner. So we've got
Don't do it.
Guys, musical partners.
we're trying to get through this part so we can play the game. Remember?
Judge all of your dice. Never mind. You can't sit here.
I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna take this one. I told you it was gonna be chaotic.
I'm sorry, Hayden had some important things to say.
Lips.
Our musical partners include Scanlan Short Halt Music, Beyond Skyrim, Celestial Aeon Project, and Sirenscape, bringing the sound effects. Go check out all those respective projects. Also, you ought to just go check out Tyler's personal Spotify account because you can find all these playlists there. It's not very hard to find. Just search Tyler Hard in the users and pick the one that looks like him.
It's with an Ian, not an Ian.
Oh yeah, Harden. Okay. Minis. Hopefully, we'll be seeing a few of those folks tonight. Maybe.
Yes, riding a giant dragon.
We're gonna ride a giant dragon. I'm gonna continue to post gifs from Neverending Story in our secret chat, and we get ours, our giant dragons, and our personal minis from Eldritch Foundry. Custom minis, reasonable prices, STL files. What more could you want? Just go on over to their website, use our code ROLLSLAYERS at checkout for 15% off. Patreon.com/RollSlayers. I don't know. I've been kicking around some ideas. Maybe I'll put them in there. But in the meantime,
probably not.
I might.
Give us one teaser.
One teaser?
Yeah.
That's easy. It will be a video. I did it. Nice try. You should have set the bar higher.
I should have. That's my fault.
Anyways, patreon.com/rollslayers. If you want to support this little old show, pay for more procedures for Tyler. The more money we get, the more we give him.
Each procedure makes us happy.
Trying to make it so he doesn't look so dead behind the eyes.
There's not a procedure in the world that will bring life to my eyes.
We're gonna give Tyler anime eyes if you sign up for Patreon.
GoFundMe's called Make Tyler a
Patreon.com/rollslayers.
waifu.
Worldanvil.pxf.io/rollslayers is the link you go to purchase your very own World Anvil. Now, what sort of things go in a World Anvil? Tyler, do you have any fun facts, or should I make one up?
That's Liz's job now.
Oh, Liz, do you have any fun facts about Tyler's
let
World
me
Anvil?
look up.
Liz,
Oh, don't click it.
just share a
Let
fact
me
that
see
is.
what's behind the door.
Tell us a fact that is definitely in there.
Oh no.
I'm not good at that.
Okay.
We
all right.
met the
Mr.
dragon is the centaur.
Look, you're going to experience.
Centaur Dragon Pete.
You're going to experience the World Anvil very soon in this episode, and everything in this episode is probably in the World Anvil.
Well, that's
We got the
exciting.
big
And
old
I'll leave it
sword
at that.
Centrigar.
I'll leave it at that so we can move on to playing the loot. We're gonna leave it at that so we can move on to playing the game.
Did you talk about our socials?
Not yet. I'm trying to get to those. Get on over to our LinkedIn. No, I'm just fooling around. Head on over to our Instagram page. There you can find a link to our Discord where stuff happens. We're also on YouTube. Give us the classic 2007 style like and subscribe on over there. That's about it. That's the shape of it. Time to switch seats.
Oh, one more announcement. By the time this comes out, you could probably get some merch on Etsy.
Oh.
Well, where's that link gonna be, Tyler?
3D printing. Well, if I fix the website, it'll be on there, and if not, it'll be on Instagrams.
Like the 30-somethings we are.
We lost our domain, by the way, so
I
we'll
know.
get back to y'all on where our website will live in the future.
Rollslayers.pbs.org/io.
Somebody didn't re-register the domain.
I thought it did. And now our
no,
domain's
you
like
you
hundreds
upped
of
the
dollars.
hosting. You didn't re-register.
Gross.
So,
Patreon!
Help us
That's
buy
not
that
worth
car.
spending that on.
time to switch chairs. Last we left off, the party made their way on Griffin back for a bit to the east, towards Torvenburgen territory, towards Bjorend. They entered a vast grassy plain, leaving the forests of central Eltexia behind, and traveled for a bit on foot after being dropped off, eventually coming across some wagon wheels as well as strange happenings in the night. Blocking of stars, rushing of wind, shaking of ground. This eventually led to a sighting of a gargantuan copper dragon tinged green upon many of its appendices and wings and snout, hurtling into the air, headed east. Leaving that behind, they continued traveling, not seeing or encountering said dragon in any way possible. They eventually came to a more hilly region, and upon one great hill, on the morning of travel, 2 days out, I believe, from Bjorend, a figure lone on a horse against the rising sun. That's where we pick up, leave off, pick up, both of them.
Pick off.
Pick off.
Pick off.
As you guys start to approach, the figure starts to slowly ride its way downhill towards you.
All right, everybody. Now, if this is Torvenburgen, please recall what I mentioned earlier. I think I can talk us through this. If I start getting off track, somebody stop me.
How do we know if you are off track?
I think it'll be apparent.
And how
Mainly if
should
his
we stop?
if his reception is less than welcome. How about that?
Okay, what do we do then?
Improvise.
The grass is taller than me, right?
Yeah,
Am I
very,
cur-
very much is.
Am I currently being carried by somebody?
Sure, can be.
Well, my thought was, if I'm being carried by somebody, approaching this person, I might drop into the grass as kind of like a, I don't know, surprise element in case this turns sour.
You want to be a raptor from Jurassic Park 2?
So, I guess whoever I'm, riding on top of, I'm just gonna clamber down and explain myself. Just in
Probably
case.
me, and I'll
Yeah.
say, okay, what plan?
Just in case, gotta have a goblet in the pocket.
As you guys continue forward, the
What two in
figure
the bush?
resolves itself into a humanoid figure upon the horse. Tall, gangly, I'd say, quite long of limb, but not inhumanly so, just human proportions that are a little long and thin. A heavily armored individual with a one of those kind of like Viking helms that has the eye slits around, or the eye holes around these kind of like goggle situations, that kind of hangs down around his neck. Gray mane of hair tumbling down to either side, and a thick gray beard. As he approaches, you get a closer look at his eyes, which have these thick green cataracts plastered over them. Almost pale, pussy, green-yellow.
A little like sickly looking.
Not quite sickly looking,
Okay.
but old.
Okay.
Not well cared for.
Okay.
Oh, Tyler, can you bring the music down a little bit?
Yeah, I just turned it.
I would probably
Thank you.
just
That's helpful.
stick close to Leaf and follow whatever he does, but not too close.
Hail,
Nice.
traveler.
Hail? You seek to enter our lands?
That is correct.
I've seen you from afar and rode out to meet you.
Do you represent the rest of your people?
I do.
All right. Well, these are my compatriots. We met several towns back, traveling into town for what's the name of Torvenburgen city?
Bjorn?
Bjorn. Traveling into Bjorn for disparate reasons.
Takes a hard look at you. At each of you. Looks down into the grass where Mert is. Oof. Loud music. I'm gonna turn it way down.
What kind of club are we?
How much... Does Mert know that dragons are magical?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, dragons are known to be of magic origin.
Just Mert gets it in his head, like while this interaction is going on, and I guess obviously he knows that he's been seen. He's going to be like paying very close attention to his face, especially the eyes.
Okay.
Maybe
What is he looking for?
Any hint or possibility that this person they're talking to is maybe not who he appears to be.
Okay, so looking for like illusion.
Like either illusion or some kind of like does it look like maybe this person is in disguise or not naturally humanoid?
Gotcha. As he's looking around, he eventually nods to you, Hayden.
I see one deceiver, two who run, one who hides, one who does not know what he's about, and an omen.
Looking at Visa.
What disparate reasons could you have for entering our fair land?
Myself, I'm traveling to visit the illustrious library, learn what I can. The others can speak for themselves.
Excuse me. Are you a protector of these lands?
In a way, I see.
You see things. When and how did you see us?
I was born with a gift.
What kind of gift? Can you tell me?
The gift of sight. The gift of seeing intent.
Is it like a cold flake kind of sight?
In a manner.
Interesting.
I have sat on this hill for quite some time. And watched war parties go out. War parties come in. People come and go. Traders, warriors, clerics, scribes, merchants. I've seen them all.
One colossal dragon too, huh?
Oh. You saw her then. Hard to miss.
How could we miss her?
Yes.
Yeah, what's the story with that anyway?
She is a great oracle of our people.
Is that kind of like your sight?
No. She is vast, voluminous, in force of will, of power, of character. She has not spoken to us in a long time. Not since the days of the Gilded Lord.
Well, that's noted. I must ask: are you tasked with discerning whether or not we may enter Bjorian? Is that a fair assessment of what you are?
Just a shallow nod.
All right. Well, then, by all means, I'll let the rest of my compatriots again speak for themselves.
Well, for my part, I'm just along for the ride.
I am traveling along with my sister and to act as a protector for her while she is on her way for her studies.
Yes, we're the runners. We're running away from some people that are not very nice to us. And so we left them. And then I like to learn all these things and read all these books. And I always got in trouble for reading the books. But then in Viorian, there's a lot of books to read and like some temples to go check out and like maybe some like magical things to learn. And so we're just trying to like leave that ugly place and go to some place where there's more things to learn.
His eyes shift to Lisa.
You know me as an omen. I want to get some clarity to understand some of the things I've seen. You'd call yourself a watcher.
What did you say?
Like, do you call yourself a watcher?
No, more of a seer. More with an intent. Do you see the world around you in a observant way? Do I have physical sight? Is that what you were asking? And is it a realm of sight you pay attention to? Keen attention to? No, and no. That reinforces our reasons to get to Bjorian. The temples there and the priests are those that I would confer with. You seek the Ziggurat. You seek the Storm Lord. I do. These truths and lies, for there are lies here, are accepted. Best of luck seeking the Storm Lord.
Just nudges his horse out of your direction and watches you guys pass.
May I get your name, Osir?
You have it.
Zach will just furrow his brows and like, keep walking.
He's a very cryptic one, isn't he?
That is a hell of a way to determine who gets to enter your city, I guess.
Okay, what did he say? There's two who are running, one
Yeah.
who's hiding.
Yeah, he looked at you for the runners. He looked at Ori for the one who's hiding. Looked at Lee for the deceiver.
Okay.
Chris, the one who doesn't know what's going, like trying to figure it out, and Visa for the omen.
Okay.
So, you continue on your way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On we go.
Yeah.
As you guys continue up this hill, eventually you do crest it. And this kind of grassy, hilly terrain drops pretty dramatically into this valley of grass, surrounded by these larger hills to the north and south, rolling in golden hued grass. And pooling in this valley is this dense, misty, foggy rain. In the distance, you can make out just one small detail above the fog. A grand tower and statue. Very far away, so likely very large. Hard to make out what it is at this point. But you assume it's Bjornd, as you're about 2 days away from the city.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
That is a very, very large building.
It might be the ziggurat that he mentioned.
What's a ziggurat?
It is like a pyramid but with steps.
Ah.
Right?
Sure. It's if you think of like the Aztec or Inca, or not Incas didn't have pyramids. The Aztec pyramids, those are ziggurats.
I'm asking in character.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
What's a pyramid?
Like a triangle building shape sticking up out of the ground.
Oh.
It's like a wide tower.
Huh. Why would you want to do that?
A lot of people build them for religious reasons.
Ah.
They're for impressive structures.
But
Interesting.
Seer said that this one was for court, is that right?
Still not.
So, like, maybe that is what that is. He's a big and kind of imposing god, so maybe he is a big and imposing building.
I figured Mert hasn't seen a whole lot of big structures, has he?
You very much have. You were born in the goblin pits of Keldrad, and Keldrad is a massive sprawl. It is full.
But does it have giant mountain-sized buildings?
Yes, it does.
Okay, fair enough.
Keldrad is the center of pretty much an entire empire.
It's also got a bunch of deep pits.
Sure does. So, you continue on your way. Can I get a d20 roll for the day?
I'll do it. That's a 14.
14. As you travel, you start to descend into this valley. The mist starts to kind of permeate your presence. It's not oppressive like the fog of the Fated Timberlands. It's light, it's airy. You can see through it to a degree, but it obscures farther off. Your immediate surroundings are just kind of nice, diffused.
It's like regular fog.
Yeah.
Fog.
Yeah, it's not supernatural in any way. It's just a low point in the land, and the weather systems seem to sweep through this area, usually leaving it in a denser layer of misty, foggy rain. As you go about halfway through your day, maybe 3/4 of the way through, you start to see circling birds of the carrying collecting nature in the distance.
Like how many?
Probably like a whole flock, like 12 to 15 vultures.
Just like circling around.
Circling, diving, congregating.
Like a normal amount.
Yeah,
Are they normal sized?
they are normal sized.
I wonder what's going on over there.
There's probably something dead that they're eating.
Well, should we go check it out?
Like,
I want to check this out, but I'm gonna be so mad if it's a cow. And,
I, 'cause
by all logic, it should be.
Like,
Like, it should be.
I
But by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all logic, it should be. Like, it, but it, by all
He's probably
Is it
just
like the
an
direction we
animal.
need to keep going?
Yeah, it's roughly east. It's like probably a little bit northeast from you guys.
I'm just curious. There could be provisions.
You walk
You know-
kind of near it.
In these lands, you never know. Could be just raiding party left, Torvenburgen raiding party left some spoils behind or something. I don't know.
Okay, we could go check it out. So I guess we have to
I'm
check
gonna
it
go-
out.
I want to.
I'm gonna go check out what's near the vultures.
You make your way in that fashion for
Okay.
about 10, 15 minutes before coming across a pretty large amount of trampled grass and mud and earth and dirt, as it seems to be a trodden nature. As you enter this vague clearing, there are the first thing that hits you is the stench of death, but there are probably 6 or 7 horses, as well as about 12 human corpses, and about 15 mixed half-elf or half-orc corpses.
Oh.
Oh, I would start saying
Yeah.
prayers.
Are they like piled up, or they're just like left where
They
they died?
are left where they were.
Mert's gonna be looking around for papers and coinage.
Okay, go ahead and make
Is
an
this-
investigation check.
Hold up, is this these Nogbos? What are they doing out here?
I want to
I want
find
to see
out.
if. Yeah, let's see.
Not very good. 6.
6. You find probably 40 gold pieces among the dead, mostly on the Torvenburgen. It looks like these half-orcs and half-elves didn't carry much on them. You can go ahead and make a history check if you want.
I want to know. Do I recognize any of these?
Go ahead and make a history check with advantage.
Yeah. I want to see if any of them look familiar. I mean, we were there for a good while.
Yeah.
So. At advantage, that is a 23.
Yeah, I mean, you see several of the pursuers, like tattoos. You observe that they have tattoos or like skin markings on a lot of them, and you do spot several of those among the dead.
Now, what in the skunk were they doing all the way down here?
Weren't they following some of the goblins? During the
Well, they were, but not this way. Well, you know what?
They found the goblins.
I know, but did they follow them out? Is the
Oh, I
question.
see.
This is recent enough. They had to have left Knockbus well after we did.
Yeah, can we tell how
How
like
old?
old?
Yeah, go ahead and roll survival for me.
In the meantime, I'd like to see if I can find any kind of writs or instructions or letters.
Sure. Murder already rolled for that. Go ahead and roll as well. Investigation.
That's a 17 survival.
Looks like this happened maybe a week ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's not bad. I got a 19.
No writs or directives. But what was your history check? I forgot.
Oh, it was 23.
Deep in the back of your mind, you remember a fun fact. The Nagbas are not just at war with the Shogunvaris, but they were at war with literally everyone.
Oh, I
Or
recall.
forever.
I did recall that. I mean, I remember them saying that I remember them saying that they were constantly kind of butting heads with everybody. I just didn't expect to see them this close. I guess this close to. It's just odd. This far in Torvenburgen territory. Huh. I'll kill you.
With that 17 as well, you do note that there are tracks headed roughly southeast from this location. Looks to be the large, meaty feet of some half-orcs and some more daintier half-elf feet.
Southeast headed into Muriand or south of that?
Hard to tell. They're it's It's more south than Biorian's direction
Okay.
here, but they might have,
Sure.
turned down the way.
Because I would kind of like shake herself out of like prayers and start to kind of try to figure out if anyone knows what was happening here. So
Well, hey, I want to go check it out. I'd go check it out.
check out the tracks or
Yeah, tracks. See if there's any Nogboos left.
okay. This is very disconcerting.
Yeah, this is very weird.
Do we need to pursue them or just know that they're in the area?
I don't mean to go too far out of our way or anything like that, but I want to know if they camped out in a cave or something, or I guess a large pile of grass.
Sure, let's
In this case,
let's just be careful because we don't see a lot of dead Torvenburgen. So if they were slain here, those tracks might have been prisoners.
well, you're right.
I know the Torvenburgen don't take many of those, but clearly they didn't leave the whole troop alive. Just as long as we're on our guard.
Oh, I plan to be. I mean, even if it was just Nogboos, they may as well, take to attacking us on sight just out of nerves,
Should I like maybe contact Thalar and like
Oh, if you
tell
can.
her that we have seen this and
Wait, there's
That
no.
was the head of the pursuers.
or ex-head of the pursuers or something?
Yeah.
I don't really remember.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't hurt if you feel like you want to reach out to them. That'd probably be fine.
Is that like a good idea and worth it, or
Yeah.
should we leave?
Why was she the ex-head again?
Because she became on the council, so she wasn't supposed to be in charge anymore, but she still kind of was. Right?
What did?
That is correct. Got the lore.
Okay, I'm gonna start going down those tracks.
I'll go with you.
Oh, wait, are y'all going by yourselves?
I don't know.
Like we're not all going?
Well, I mean, y'all go. I'm going. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I would follow you. I don't want to.
Yeah, let's go.
We're not-
I'm just making.
We're not splitting
I'm
up.
just.
I mean, I'm gonna be looking at the tracks
Guys,
because I'm probably our best tracker.
Yeah,
I was just making a call, but
I don't know what other else
Yep,
is
let's go.
available.
Let's do it.
You guys continue to follow the
Mhm.
tracks for a fair amount of time. They do head pretty southerly before veering sharply east towards the Orient.
I would probably cast sending to. Was it Phalar or it was Phalar?
Phalar
It was Phalar.
Hey,
I thought that was wrong. I thought it was Phalar.
and Phalosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Maybe we should also message Phalosh and see if he wants to just like meet up and hang out while we're over here.
Oh, you want to message him?
I mean, I was mostly joking, but also I would like him to know that like we're okay. But it's okay. We can do it later.
Okay, I will let Thalar know that we have seen this thing and that we are here, I guess. So it's 25 words?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Thalar, it's I, the big green one. We saw a lot of dead Nogbush outside Bayorend. FYI, that's it.
Noted.
That's it.
She said noted, so she knows that we are here and that they are dead.
Just imagining her weird teeth saying that.
I don't like that.
well,
I don't like her.
I guess if the tracks are going toward Nogbook or going towards Bjorend, then we're going there anyways. Maybe we'll keep an eye out while we're there.
Yeah, maybe they want to help us with this whatever smuggling ring change up. And
Wouldn't mind it.
avoiding the beholder job.
Well, no, that sounds about like the The long and short of it, I wouldn't mind a little extra help. Proceed.
Yeah, so are we gonna keep following these tracks?
Sure.
I mean, the
Good.
tracks just go towards Bjorgen.
Yeah,
so,
alright, cool,
good.
great.
You continue your travel for the rest of the day, not encountering anyone on the road, but the tracks do remain steady, merging.
Are the tracks on the road?
There is no road.
Oh, okay,
Sorry,
okay.
on the proverbial road.
Okay, great, sure, cool.
Though they do eventually merge with several wagon ruts headed probably to and from the town, east and west directions. Sorry, my brain's a little scattered. But you don't encounter anything odd or out of place during the rest of your travel. You guys can bed down for the evening if you'd like, but as the light begins to fade, as the sun begins to set, you do see more realized now that you're a little bit closer, this statue rising a bit higher as you're decreasing in elevation. It's rising higher in the prominence of the skyline. You can start to make out detail at this point, probably. It is a large, heavily muscled man. Looks to be of Torvenburgen kind of facial feature and dress. Big, long, braided beard. Long bits of braided hair. Some of it like dreaded to the side. He's garbed in just this like kind of thick, voluminous robe, and holds in one hand a like giant hammer, and the other a lightning bolt.
Okay, well.
You can just make out at the base of his feet, like a bit of stone, perhaps a plinth.
He's not compensating for anything.
Like a plinth standing between his legs, or that like you're pretty sure he's constructed on a plinth?
On is likely what I mean. It kind of disappears into the haze at this point, but it looks like he's standing on a plinth. Of
Got
some
it.
sort.
Not a separate structure.
Correct.
Huh.
So, are we taking watches this evening?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Don't want to end up like those Torvenburgen.
Go ahead and, as you guys make camp, can I get my first watch?
Maybe Zeg and I could do first watch so we can rebraid our hairs before we go into the city.
Or should we let someone who also can see?
Or they could join us.
Nah, we're good. Y'all just braid hairs and don't see.
Last time we
We
did
could
this,
split
we got-
the way
It's a
that
I got
class.
shot.
so have
I wasn't trying to be
By
smarmy.
Torvenburgen.
like
I wasn't trying to be a butt. I was trying to let everyone have fun.
By really, the last time we did stay up braiding hairs, just the two of us, I got shot by an arrow from Torvenburgen.
it is true that is. We never did that again.
And then we went to Mirage.
Yeah.
All right,
Maybe we'll
I'll
be
stay up
finished
with
again.
y'all.
Looks
but
like
I
it's you
won't
two.
bother
Rescue us. Really?
Or the Nagbuzians will come out and rescue us.
Okay, great. Sure, let's
What-
do this.
What
Really
were you
bad
saying?
idea.
What did you say, Hayden?
Oh, I was offering to stay up with y'all, but no, I want this to happen instead.
Let's do this.
Cool, great. I hope we roll really badly and we all die.
I do too.
It'll be fun.
Could be fun.
Go ahead and roll.
Could be fun.
It'll be
Ooh.
fun.
10.
Okay.
5.
As you settle in,
We're really busy.
We have our eyes closed.
We're doing like really intricate brains.
the light first refracting in the mist
Really tiny dreads.
before fading. The wind through the grass picks up. And thankfully, nothing of note occurs. Can I go ahead and get second?
I thought
Myrtle do
about
second
how
watch.
Our watch went.
Yeah, that we were did a good job.
We did a really good job of paying attention to our plats and also to our surroundings.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay, let's wake someone else.
You said Mert?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll
I also want to like specifically be looking at the sky again, just for the glitchy, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The shadow.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was just the dragon. Like,
Fair, but 22.
22. You keep a good eye out on the stars. No disturbance. But you are once again able to pick out what Visa pointed out to you, that some of these are not in the right place from where he said they should be. Some of them are pinkish red, some of them deep crimson. But other than that, your watch comes and goes. Cool. Who we got next?
Visa will join third watch.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception.
There we go.
Had triple advantage.
No, I just hit the edge twice. And, that is a 13.
As you're keeping a watch, no disturbance aside from the wind, although it starts to pick up. The fire begins to kind of crackle, blow with the direction of the wind, flaring every now and then, and in between flares, you see something behind the flames that wasn't there before, but as it shifts again, it's gone. As the wind continues, the fire continues before again, this fire flares, sparks fly, and the flames shift, and sitting across from you is the seer.
whoa.
Oh boy.
Stars. They bleed. They wither and die.
They're wrong. Aren't they?
Your parents were right. You should not have been born. The wind picks up heavily, the fire flashes, and he's gone.
Visa's frantically looking around.
No sight of him. You are alone here, with the mist, the wind, and the grass.
After frantically looking kind of to check his surroundings, Visa is going to slowly, heart beating fast, check a familiar empty patch of sky.
Still empty.
Alright. Kind of shakes it off. Alright. Something's changed. Still know what we know.
As you begin to kind of process,
What did you
stew,
say?
He said, still know what we know, like
Okay.
nothing's new.
Okay.
the dawn begins to crest. The statue's shadow looming across the plains, stretching as the sun grows higher.
I think as people naturally kind of come to and wake up, Visa looks restless.
Visibly shaken.
Yeah. Just kind of like nodding and making like overly intentional eye contact, like, good morning.
I'd probably like wait and see if there was a time where everyone else was kind of busy and like sit down next to him and just kind of like put my hand on his shoulder maybe.
That seer paid me a visit last night.
Oh, that is unusual. You look shaken.
Let us give him the respect that those who are more than they seem to appear deserve.
Do you think that he's dangerous to us?
I think he's much more capable than he lets on, or much more informed. Dangerous, maybe, or just influential. I don't know, connected. He didn't let on in person that he knew. But the sky, that's exactly what he... That's exactly what he spoke about when he showed up. Just appeared in our camp. Called my attention to it.
Well, if he is a seer, it makes sense that he would have noticed that.
I mistook him for somebody who's a bit more practiced at reading people. Like fortunes of some kind. But I suppose it extends to portents. We may be on the right trail for more than just this smuggling ring.
Why does this bother you so much?
At this point, he's probably like, they're talking, probably looping in other people and saying like that this may be related to more than just the smuggling ring.
This year, he said that some of the stars were bleeding.
Yeah, I've seen that in the middle of the night too.
Well, we knew that there was the colour, but there's an implication there. Like, not just that they're being held hostage, but that they're being wounded, or that the sky's being affected in a bad way.
What even are the stars? How is that possible?
They're lights. You know that.
Oh yeah.
Some closer, some farther away. They mean different things to different cultures, but they're heavenly bodies, no matter how you view them. Alright, more cards on the table. I'm not just connected to nature. My time attending the sky for guidance is pretty intentional. I wasn't just a sailor. For those of you that know it, I come from the lonely Globe Peninsula, southwest of Esaloon, down there on the coast. Our people there, when we're born, were ascribed some kind of fortune or favour based on the star sign we're born under. Some are born under popular stars, constellations, that time of year. You get named for a star or something. It's like your parents might, like the constellation I pointed out, the Great Bear. Many children from Lonely Glore, they're like birth star, the one that the parents choose for them, is the Great Bear. It's a very popular one.
So you like choose a star based on like when you're born and what it means to you?
It's like a selected star sign from your
Okay.
parents to you.
He pauses for a minute before he points to the sky.
You might notice there, in the growing light, there's a little bare patch of sky. I was named for the star Hetharatla. My parents had chosen it for me on the night of my birth. But they didn't know that that was also the night it would disappear from the sky. A dying star. They chose a dying star for me.
What did that mean for your people?
Nothing. It was an absence of meaning growing up. I was bad luck, bad omen.
Okay, that is why he called you an omen. He knew this thing about you and it has really unsettled you?
All my life I've hated it.
Oh,
Or I did for a time. I decided if that star would give me no meaning, I'd look to all the others.
Okay.
I formed my connection with the rest of the sky. And if it would give me no guidance, I'd try and be guidance to others. That's why I learned healing and mending, to care for sailors. So many years later, I'd never think it would become relevant. Tried to just forget about it. But it's not done cursing me yet.
Do you think it's a similar thing going on now that happened way back then?
I don't know. I've been apprehensive ever since.
Kind of looks around.
Ever since we encountered that key. And there's been talk of fate. I tried. I don't know. It's a strange relationship. Me and fate. Tried to just find my own way. That's always what I've been trying to do. 50 years. So I don't know. I don't know what it means yet. Not sure. But
Is there anybody alive from when you were born that might know what the sky looked like? If maybe that star was red first?
no. Nothing like that. Asked about it for a long time. It's just an unlucky star.
I have 2 questions if you don't mind, but you don't have to answer.
No, we're talking about it. It's alright.
Where did the name Vista come from?
It's been a name of irony, always. But it means shepherd or guide. Because the Hitherotla means light of purpose. So they meant for the two to go together.
So your parents also gave you the name Vista. And that is what you use. Does that also come from a star?
Well, it's paired to Hitherotla.
Okay.
It's just meant to kind of just, I guess, solidify the image or the meaning or whatever. So I've been trying to live not in the shadow of it. I found it a burden for a long time, still do. And like if I do find some sort of meaning or purpose and contribute something good in life, I waited so long that, you know, I will have only ever made half the impact I ever could. But I'm just... Did you have another question?
Yeah, did you say that you were 50 years old?
That's how long I've been practicing medicine and helping others.
Okay, because I was going to say that. I don't think most 50-year-olds look that old.
No. Those are just the years I've tried to claim purpose and tried to contribute.
That makes a lot more sense.
Not even all of those were spent on being altruistic. Most of it was just feeling sorry for myself.
Looking for purpose, but not realizing that was what you were looking for.
Purpose is hard to find when you're focused on yourself.
That is true.
So, know that it's flavoured by a bitter old man. And that you shouldn't just take my word for anything. Because I'm a bit skeptical at times, especially with things like this Kate.
Okay, we can listen to you and then maybe not do what you say because we don't want to do it, and that will be okay.
I'd support that.
Thank you for sharing all of those things with us.
If it ever becomes relevant, I don't want you to be roped up in anything that I could have spared you from.
Oh, it sounds kind of fun. It's better than what I would be doing otherwise.
Now, I do wonder what you mean by that. What could we find ourselves roped into? Is it just
I
were you
I don't know, but just there's something going on with the stars. If it's any meaning, I'd like to make every resource I have available to you. Even if it's just sour knowledge.
I do want to know. Do you think that all those I guess the superstitions of your village, you think they rang true? Do you think that you are unlucky, or is that an understatement?
Perhaps
He has tainted blood.
like us.
Was that said out loud for everyone to hear?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Wait, I have a question. When Snip talks out loud, is the sound coming from Leaf's
It's
stomach?
in your
or is
head. He doesn't
always
have
talking
a
in our head.
Still
okay.
head brain.
Okay, okay.
yeah. He doesn't have a mouth.
I said out loud, and then you nodded your head, and I was like, wait.
Okay, sorry. For all
Wait
to
a
hear.
second. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I meant,
Brains.
and then I was like, wait.
Wait, Snip, what does that tainted blood thing mean?
Oh gods.
Brother,
And I.
have a rich
Ancestry. Perhaps. Visa has more blood of planar nature.
You've all seen me do it before. Take on slightly nebulous nature at times in combat.
Yeah, the weird starry thing.
Yeah, it looks so cool.
Is that like not a normal thing for whatever kind of magics that you do?
Well, when I take on the stars, that's my connection that I've developed over time. But if you've seen I don't know, just sort of that dusk light around me, that's innate. It's not something I studied or developed. It took me a long time to be able to use it without feeling like I was just under the effects of a weird curse.
Do other people from your home have this glowing amber light? Is this a quality of your people, or it's you?
None that showed it publicly. But I didn't exactly stick around. I left when I was a boy. As soon as they'd let me work on a boat. I was tired of being the bad omen.
Wait, how young exactly were you?
Boy of 10 or 11.
Were bad things happening to people around you?
No, just to me. Because of the people around me. I'd had enough of it. I'd rather go somewhere where my name meant nothing. People didn't work in star signs. I could be my own man.
Well, I, for one, feel very lucky, in fact, to have you in our raiding party and feel you have been an excellent shepherd and guide, especially to my sister and I, as we are young and not very worldly. That you have been a source of wisdom and calm that I think we really needed, because we don't have that, and we don't have, as you know, traditional family structures and ways of learning from elders, and that I know you are worried about your impact or feeling like you wasted time just seeking to forget or feeling bitter. But I feel like what you have done, even just for me as a person, has been very helpful and worthwhile.
Those are kind words.
I mean, I would agree with that too. Every raiding party needs an older, wiser fella to make sure that things are kept on track, that we're not going too far off the path, and also kind of taking care of people and making sure that we get patched up and whatnot. I mean, I don't know, every party needs a medic, every party needs a guide, and you know what? We keep finding ourselves in some really interesting things, and very, very interesting things, and that might just keep up. Who knows?
Also, the star thing is really cool.
Oh, yes, really cool.
That's pretty cool.
I'm glad you can accept it now.
Took me a while.
I'm really hoping that someday I will have more than just, the slashing and the stabbing, which is great. But maybe someday a Wander will smile on me and I will have even more powers.
It's certainly achievable. You're a pretty capable young bunch. You'll surprise yourself.
Zach will kind of shuffle and shrug and not really know what to do with the compliment from Visa.
What's more, it sounds like just about everybody here knows a thing or two about being dealt a scut hand. So, welcome to the very public club now.
Sorry if I was holding back.
Oh, you don't need to share. Nobody's under any obligation to share your personal tragedies with the group. Hayden says you are.
Your stories are your own, and just because my sister and I are not tight-lipped at all doesn't mean everyone else has to. Just let their stories fall out of their mouth.
If anything, in most cases, I prefer not knowing those things. But, we've been with each other long enough in this. But...
That's true. We've had a few brushes with danger.
Remember that time there was a pool of acid and then you levitated over it? That was really cool.
Yeah.
That's one of those innate things.
Or when you became a caterpillar and snuck inside
That was
the tree and found the drugs and stuff. As much as I like being giant, and I really like when Lori made me really giant, that was probably my favorite thing ever. But it would be nice to be able to become so small.
You know what? Talking to that tree was super cool too.
Holy
I didn't even
cow.
realize that you could talk to trees.
Or that trees could talk back to people.
It takes time. And it's not like regular speech. Sort of like reading the stars.
What do trees sound like?
It's more their meaning, less their sound.
So if you were a tree, what would you say to me?
if I was a tree, I'd probably say to you to listen to the same wind that passes through my branches or something equally cryptic.
Oh, I like that.
That's
We should add that to an Avandra book and leave it somewhere. And the tree spoke through its meaningfulness of the winds.
Right.
You can make it better. You can make it better.
Yes, that's a good idea.
You'll workshop that.
These are the things that are remembered.
She would
We
be
will-
like writing
We
down.
will
on
credit
her-
it to not a follower of Avandra, but a very dear friend, Visa,
There we go.
our shepherd and guide.
You know what else you helped do? I mean, this entire raiding party stopped an avatar of Grumsh from entering the world.
But it's strange to have that sort of impact so at my age. It's not the sort of thing I thought I was probably starting to count down the vessels I'd be able to see at safe berth.
But think about it. We are like just barely out of a crash goop, and we have done these things, and you are so old, and you have done these things. It's like opposite ends of the spectrum. It's pretty cool. It's pretty surprising we would have done that. It's pretty surprising you would have done that.
I'm gonna take the compliment that's hidden in there.
Yeah, it's very. What do you? It's not.
No,
Is it
thank
hidden?
you. Thank you.
It's just surprising all around.
Accept.
The sun continues to rise into the sky, daylight suffusing your surroundings, the shadow of cord growing along, meeting your campsite. Is there anything else you wish to accomplish before a day of travel?
I want to take a moment to think about Kresh Goop again.
It's so hard to not lose
I
it.
know.
So
I
funny.
forget about.
Not
I always-
one, not
I
two,
forget
but
for a
3
moment.
people were born in Goop.
Different goops though.
Different kind of entirely.
The crash goop is very nourishing.
Yeah, very nutritious.
We're all born in Goop.
You're
when
right.
you
Where
think
that
about
should
it.
be straight out of Crush Goop.
Were the two of you like, were you greeted by screaming and like sounds of horror when you were born?
I don't remember what it was like when I was born.
I like peeked in there one time, not long after a hatching, and it's a lot of just like squelching and
Like
Yeah.
goopy
The
sounds.
squelching sounds familiar, but
goofy sounds, but the screaming. You know, there's their occasional, the vomiting sound
oh yeah,
of being named, but you know,
Not like horror sounds, like
No.
beautiful ones.
yeah. See, in the goblin pits, usually when a young goblin's ripped out,
I'm sorry.
we're gonna need some sound effects. Some squelching, some beautiful squelching and the vomiting sound.
Audio note for you, Spencer.
Different sizes of goops.
point being, I guess coming out of the crash sounds like a slightly more positive experience.
Yeah, maybe. Except that then you're immediately sent to the sparring grounds and hope that you don't die.
Well, you know what? We're immediately sent into training, so
Yeah. That sounds pretty similar.
Okay. A day of travel commences. You guys begin to journey, still following the tracks. Although they start to disperse, peel off one by one in different directions about halfway through your day. Some northeast, some southeast, all of them east. The statue of Cord continues to grow, and as it grows taller, it's revealed to not be a plinth below his feet, but a set of stacked blocks of stone. A ziggurat rises above you, tall, and possibly so.
whoa.
That is all you can see in the mist. Still, even this close to the city, just the statue and the ziggurat.
Well, I've never seen anything like that.
That is very big.
Is this
How do you even make that when you are?
evoking images of my hometown
Yes.
in just the grandeur?
This evokes a very specific image of Keldrad, of the plaza where the 4 patron gods of the city have their own statues.
Home sweet home, more or less.
This is like where you are from.
Yeah, right down to the immense size.
I have never seen anything quite like this before, and it is a lot, but I kind of want to see all of it.
Well, stick close to me while we're in the city, and I can make sure that we get to the right places.
Following you, Matt.
Okay. Well, then you lead the way, and I will stay close to you if I can.
You continue to travel throughout the day, it growing to an approximate full height that you can probably surmise is around. On top of the ziggurat, the head is clocking around 700 feet.
Holy moly.
It's a big old ziggurat.
Ugh.
That's a lot.
Eventually, the walls of the city materialize out of the hazy mist. An imposing.
Wait, how far are we from the city now?
You're at the city. At this
Okay,
point.
okay.
An imposing 50-foot structure of walls that looks a bit small compared to the ziggurat that
Sure.
rises above the clamor of the city. Lights gutter and flicker along the walls, torches lit, pinpricks, as well as a set of large crenellated towers that house a immense black iron gate.
Well,
Is it daytime? This is like during the day.
It's day. It's
But
it's
it's
just
just
hazy.
Misty and weird
Yeah.
all the time.
It's like a step above Seattle haze, so it's like pretty misty, foggy.
Huh.
It's hard to see. I wouldn't call it like oppressive, but it's hard to see from a distance what's going on. You do make out several figures, guardsmen at the gates, but you've reached the city of Bjorend. As you appear in the distance, you hear shouts of alarm as the guards at the gate
What?
ready for your arrival,
Oh, peeps.
and that's where we'll pick up next time.
Oh,
whoa.
right.
Holy
Thanks
moly.
for playing.
Bye, Jeremy.
Bye,
Well,
bye Jeremy.
I can't.
Bye, Kate.
Thanks for watching.
Is Jeremy in that camera? Cancel that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That's Jeremy.